the fact that you're going to relocate people under these schemes that are now coming into place during this election campaign, that they're talking about to relocate people to centres where they may have a greater opportunity to get jobs. I think what's going to happen is that within the next 12 months to 18 months, in between now and the next election, you're going to see a massive decline in people's will. And I think you're going to see a lot of people sort of just taking up the offer to get the $6,000 relocation thing. But what guarantee do they have of getting jobs in those centres? Where are the guarantees? You know, they got to be at least know that they have a job to go to before they relocate. That's one of the key aspects of this plan that has to be put in place before they begin to penalise people for not taking up these offers. If people take it up and then they get down there and because they're labour and they're semi-skilled and you know, we get another downturn in the economy, these people end up, you know, going home, or you end up with, you know, broken families because of it, because they're not going to be able to survive in a metropolitan area. You're going to create all sorts of problems. I think the mental health here will not be catered for, because we can't cater for the mental health problems that exist now in our community. And the government are going to create all sorts of new problems by trying to socially engineer a workforce plan of relocating people into areas where they may not necessarily have the proper skills to keep a full-time job. And then what happens to the family there? If you've got 2 or 3 kids and you're an unskilled or semi-skilled person, you get a decline in the a downturn in the economy, and then you lose your job. Where does that leave you and your wife and your children if you're, you know, sort of happily going along thinking that you're going to be able to pay for cars or, you know, pay for the nice things, and you go into high purchase deals? You know, this puts a lot of pressure on people. And if you take the experience of Western New South Wales, where the farmer, the mortality rate from suicide is increasing because of economic decline and economic suffering in those communities, you'll find then that you'll have a situation where you're having a community of people right around the country who are going to suffer more as a result of this ill-conceived ideas of social planning. And then you get into a situation where the mortality rate from suicide is going to be significantly increased. And this type of mortality it's right for mental health workers to say, look, we need a lot more focus on mental health, and we need more mental health funding. I think we need to get a lot of mental health workers and counsellors out into the communities, and they're the people they should be paying to move into communities, as opposed to asking people to go to areas where their life is going to be uncertain.